If you go on Twitter or X or any social media in the West, you will come across a video about saying how great China is, and it will show you the infrastructure of a modern city. And the city center, yeah, fine, it is like that. But this is a tiny percentage of what China is really like. And the other thing is, I will come to in a minute. Then they will show videos of America and a down-ridden whole part of a city like this. Claiming that this is everywhere in America. It's every city is not clean. There's my cat, by the way. And just showing all the homeless people. Every country has homeless people. China has homeless people, but the state media will not cover it.
We usually think of places like Tokyo, Dubai, and Seoul as cities of the future. But there's one place in China that is quietly building that future right now. And somehow, most people in the West don't even know about it.
The state media will use useful idiots. This is one of them. He's an English guy that you've just seen there. Promoting Shenzhen, saying it's fantastic. Yeah, it is in the city center, but you need to go to the outskirts of it, where real Chinese people really live. There are millions upon millions of people who do live in poverty-stricken societies, like this gentleman here, living in a cave in the 21st century. Is China really living 50 years in the future? Whew, your choice. They would proudly announce there are no homeless people. I've shown countless videos on this channel about the homeless in China. They do exist. Some of them may have a house in the countryside. And with that, it may be a very poor house. They go to the city to earn money, and they don't have enough money to go and live in a hostel or something. Some people say they choose to do this. I would say the reality is they don't have any choice. They want to send money back home, but they sacrifice their living quarters in the city that they migrate to so they can send more money back to their children, for example. Then you would have state media propaganda saying that a young person, let's say 28, 29, outside the city in a rural area can afford a house like this. Come on. Yeah, I know houses are cheaper in Asia. I've lived in Asia for a long time. I live in a townhouse, for example, in Siem Reap in Cambodia. It only cost me $55,000. You can't get that anywhere in England or the UK, but it is in the countryside. It's about 15 minutes from the city centre. You do need some mode of transport to get to the city centre. There's no bus here, for example. But here we are. Let me show you a young person saying that this is his house he just bought. I really don't believe it, and I don't think they could afford it either. There are lots of videos, as on Twitter, that's giving you this false propaganda, this false saying that everything in China is fine. Like most places in the world, things do go wrong. In China, things do go wrong. Here, things do go wrong. America, things go wrong. So, you're not living in utopia in China. You may have a reasonable job, you may have a nice apartment, you may live in reasonable distance, commuting distance to your work, or maybe you live next door to it, for example. That, yeah, has improved. There have been 800 million people taken out of poverty, according to the World Bank. But poverty was really poor, let's say 30 years ago. And maybe some of these poor people have gotten out of poverty, but there's a small percentage of people in China who do live in the shiny Christmas tree cities. And some of these buildings may be absolutely, completely empty because people can't afford to actually live in these conditions. So they would prefer to maybe live under a tunnel or in a tunnel, for example. It's just to keep your eyes open that the CCP, they don't tell their community, their citizens, about the bad things. Very rarely they may tell you on state media, but it would be covered up. They would show you the good things in China. They would show Xi Jinping is a god, and waving at the crowd. But they won't tell you the bad things. So their media is just covering up or not telling us or the people of China about what is really happening. So they do live sometimes in oblivion, which is just a crying shame. We all should have the right to news. And we shouldn't have the way that news is in China. It's forced. This is what's happening and that's it. There's no other way. That's what people in China believe, see, and they sort of believe as well. So I wish you a happy day wherever you are, and leaving you with some sort of thoughts of China. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.